Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Lupin the Third Part 4 episode number 22 reaction. Again, one episode today. I apologize for the inconsistent uploads and I'm kind of doing one episode and like another week I'm doing two episodes. So hopefully I'm guessing that will kind of change as we go on because yeah, I'm a little bit busy currently and it's going to keep continuing. Hopefully in the next week I'm able to put out two episodes again, and it kind of works out perfectly. I did one episode in one of the previous videos, so it had like an odd number of episodes I had left. So today I'm going to do another episodes so that the last four episodes I can cover them in 2 weeks. So yeah, like it kind of worked out pretty well because of that. But still, I apologize for the inconsistent upload schedule. But yeah, hopefully that changes. Anyways, so yeah, let us begin this episode. This episode 22. The previous episode we had two episodes. One of the episodes was a very wholesome episode, we have to say. It was like the story of this couple who and their car, and how the lady was in coma kind of a situation, and the man wanted to sell off the car, and we kind of see Lupin kind of helps them out in a way because he takes the car to a place that it probably wanted to go, and the car breathed its last. So did the lady in the end, and that was I have to say bittersweet kind of an episode, like an kind of like a sad type of an ending, but still it was nice. So yeah, that was that. Then the next episode we get to see Fujiko shine again, and this time we can see like Akachi, a new character, comes in who just on the face completely just insults Fujiko, saying how, oh, Lupin is the only one who matters, you guys are just lackeys who don't have any, you can't do anything on your own without Lupin, which obviously Fujiko was not happy about, and she showed them, and the plan that she made was very intelligent. Obviously she used reverse psychology on him, and and kind of disguised as Zenigata, and that was kind of funny to see and kind of figure out who's the actual Zenigata. And turns out she tricked him by using reverse psychology, and it was very effective. And yeah, that was how it ended. It was a good episode. So let us begin. This is episode number 22. So yeah, let's start. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Castello Signora Lupin. That is that Rebecca's voice? Yeah, they're having a party or a ball, I'm guessing, banquet kind of thing. Oh, what happened? Hey. Hmm. Damn, 23 weeks. What? Wow. 12%. That's a lot. I don't think so. Yeah, exactly. She never said that. Well, okay. So this will be probably be a Rebecca centric episode. What, it's been a while we've seen Da Vinci. So Either this episode or maybe from the next episode we're going to see him, because I feel like, the whole thing about Da Vinci, the plan that he has about changing the world and stuff, that'll be like the climax of this season. So I'm guessing it will start from either this or the next episode, because they need at least like 4 episodes to do something. I think so, at least. We'll see. I'm gonna get you, Lupin. Okay. Whoa. Oh my god. This is Rebecca doing this. Wow. What? Oh my god. Theft of the Great. I wonder how Zenigata is going to actually react to this. Yeah. And Lupin is doing his usual thing. Ah, money. Let's. Oh, wait. It's Fujiko. No, Rebecca. Yeah, she's getting ready to steal Lupin. Wrong. He's like, oh boy. Multiple banks. Oh boy. Yeah. Good. Oh, what? What? Oh my god. The... Whoa. Oh wow. Okay. That's what the smoke. Oh. Oh, he put on a contact or something? What? Damn. Hopefully there's no traps over here. Here. Wait, what? What's he trying to steal? Oh no! Hey! Oh, it's Rebecca. Oh. Yeah. Oh boy, she's going alone. Oh my god. Wow. Well, yeah. Wait, then how? Damn. Oh my god. Wow. Oh god. Yeah, she's a bit too dislocated the joints. Oh no. Hey, 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 hey. Wow, like she's putting the traps and oh my god. That's probably a dummy. No, that's a dummy. Yes. What's he trying to find? Like he's going and checking the money and okay, that's nasty. Oh boy. Yeah. No. Oh no 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 no. Oh my god. Wait, what? Oh, that was probably said by yeah. Oh no, she's going to try to. Oh, okay, it worked. Oh boy, this smells like a trap. Oh, that's Rob. Okay, okay. Okay, that's him. All right. I was like, what happened? Yeah, exactly. Like that'll be a big problem. Buy the bank. Wait, that's Fujiko, isn't it? What the? What? That's Fujiko, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Fix something. What? Oh. Oh, oh my god. Hmm. Right. So this is another bank, and don't let down your guard. Oh, oh no. Wait, what was he trying to find? Ah. Yeah. Oh oh my god, this is going to be something stupid or something. Oh no, this is going to be something stupid. I knew this was going to be something like that. So it's like a bet that they're playing. uh, or maybe it's just like another trap that is lying or something. What? What's happening? What? Oh, the transmit. Yeah, that's true. Wow. Yeah. God. Wow. Well, oh wow. Okay. Well, oh. Oh no. Okay, what now? Obviously they're trapped from the inside. They cannot open it from the inside. Oh, it was him. What? Okay. Oh, what the? Was keeping it? Oh my god. Yeah, obviously, if her identity goes out, it'll be crazy. Okay. Yeah. Change the way you think and you change your world. Oh my god, so many. Like, I feel like, wait, what the, is that Rob? I wouldn't be surprised if it is. No, I think it's Rob. Oh boy, police is here. Yeah, there you go, Rob. All right, yep, there you go. No, that's a wine. Oh boy. Well, it's complicated. Like Fujiko says, like everyone, yeah, likes, like he also enjoys Rebecca being like that, and that's the main reason why he is with Rebecca, because he enjoys seeing Rebecca like that. And if Rebecca stops being Rebecca, just like if how Rupan stops being Rupan, it's the same thing. Rebecca won't have interest in him, while you know, oh, oh my god. Yeah. Now he'll have to clean the he'll have to clean the house now. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, driving. Yeah, I don't think. Okay. Oh wow, that was interesting. Like this episode kind of establishes one thing which I was saying. Like everyone has their own way of doing things, and everyone, like the other person who are involved with them, likes them for that. And if they stop doing that, it's like a paradox. They'll stop being that person, and that's not what, like here Rob, for example, he was complaining about how, oh, like you like, kind of stop with these cheap thrills, these things, and like trying to stop her from doing all of this. But at the same time, as Fujiko kind of says, like, but you're Rebecca's butler, so I'm pretty sure you also enjoy this. And he kind of smiles at that. So this shows how obviously he doesn't want Rebecca to get into these situations, just going for cheap thrills. But at the same time, that's what makes her Rebecca, and that is why what he likes about Rebecca. So if Rebecca stops going for those cheap thrills, she will not be the Rebecca that she is now. Similar to that is also Rebecca's situation. She likes Rupan because Rupan is this uncatchable, like that's it. Is this uncatchable, or like unclaimable, something like that. Like this type of a thing, person who's just going to, who's never going to stop or settle down. or be someone else's, that type of a thing. You cannot steal Lupin. That is why she likes, going after Lupin. If Lupin actually stops and settles down, that would mean that he will stop becoming the Lupin that he is, which will show how, which will kind of make the whole point, defeat the whole purpose of Rebecca trying to get Lupin. Like I said, it's a paradox, like she wants to get Lupin, but if she gets Lupin, then Lupin will stop being the Lupin that she loves. So that type of a thing. So that's why I feel like this situation is also kind of similar to Zenigata's situation as well, if you think about it. Like, I feel like Rebecca and Zenigata are in the same position here. Like, Zenigata as well loves chasing Lupin around, and we've seen so many times, like, whenever he realizes that Lupin won't be, able to, he captured Lupin. That episode, remember, where he was able to capture Lupin, and, in that, abandoned island, Lupin was there, and he sees Lupin little by little, just, not, stopping everything, not doing anything, and just, not, and he started realizing how he liked when Lupin used to run away from him, and all that, and how he enjoys the chase rather than capturing Lupin, and that type of a thing. Like, this is basically Zenigata, I feel like, in a way. The only difference is that he's a police and she's also like a thief. So so yeah, there you go. That's the thing. So it's a paradox. This is a situation which is just so different, and Fujiko has also a similar type of a situation. That's why even though Fujiko messes with Lupin, she never actually stops. She never gives in, or kind of catches, or let Lupin catch her, because as soon as that happens, it's over. The whole thing is gone. Like that's why Fujiko said that since Lupin is on his own, that is the reason why, we like, not even me, and Rebecca as well, both of us like to catch him, because he's no one's. He's this person who's just on his soul self, just running around doing all of these crazy stuff, and that is the reason why we like going after him. And I'm pretty sure that's also similar for Lupin as well, for Lupin and Fujiko, because you remember that episode in one of the previous seasons where we see Fujiko gets brainwashed and Fujiko becomes like this very meek type of personality. I remember that line when Lupin said at that moment. Lupin said something like, "Oh, it's not fun. Fujiko like this is not fun at all. I want my original Fujiko back." So for Lupin as well, it's also a paradox. He likes Fujiko because Fujiko is this person who never who's just always running away, and who's no one else's, it's like one single person just doing their own thing, and Lupin likes that type of a thing. He loves the thrill as well. So everyone, I feel like, in a way, Lupin, Fujiko, Rebecca, and even not Rob, but Lupin, Fujiko, and Rebecca, these three of them are like the same person. They have the same personality. They like the thrill. That's why they keep going for it, and they never stop, because if they stop, that'll be it. They'll stop being the person that the other person likes, and I'm pretty sure they'll also stop being the person that they themselves like. Lupin never wants to see himself settling down anywhere, because that's not Lupin, and Lupin himself wouldn't be able to accept that, I think. So in a way, this is the whole thing about this show. I feel like in this show, usually every show has its conclusion. You see, every show, be it Naruto, or even if some slice of life show, or maybe some what do you call it, some shonen show, some other type of show. Every show has its end. We all know that someday the show is going to end, where they'll either settle down, everything will be over. They'll go to their goal. They'll be able to accomplish their goal, and they'll settle down with family and everything, just like how every show happens. And that's never going to happen with Lupin, in my opinion. That's never going to happen, which is interesting, and also kind of, I wouldn't say sad, because they themselves enjoy doing it. Lupin himself enjoys doing it. That's why I feel like this will never end. They'll keep on just running away from others, and being the Lupin will keep being the thief that we all love, because once he stops, he won't be Lupin anymore, which is such an interesting concept, I have to say. And if you think about it, Lupin also has no goals. There's no goal in Lupin. Like in every show has like its one goal, like an end goal or something, especially shonens and stuff. But in this show, there is no goal. Lupin just wants to be himself, keep traveling places, just like keep stealing stuff and everything, and that's what makes him Lupin, and that's what he himself also enjoys. Same with Fujiko, same with Rebecca. So yeah, this show will probably never end the way we see all other shows end. If Lupin someday comes to an end, if the show in itself stops, it'll be somehow like this. I feel like where it'll be something like Lupin says something like, oh, like like we keep going on our continuing our journey from here onwards, and that's how it's going to end. Like, and it'll be in that way, in an open-ended way, because if like it's never going to happen. And I doubt we'll even see him in a like maybe like more grown up, like an old age or something. That's also not going to happen, because this is Lupin again. We love the Lupin that we see. We don't want to see Lupin just in a house all retired, just sitting down with a pipe on his in an armchair, just looking at the sunset. That's not the Lupin. I think no one wants to see that Lupin. It'll be kind of fun to see kind of that type of a thing, maybe like in an alternative reality or some kind of a thing, which animes sometimes do. Like maybe Lupin gets transported to another place where he meets like an alternative reality self, where Lupin has like actually retired and settled down or something. Like fun stuff like that. We may see it like that, but in an original way, like in an original ending type of way, that's never going to happen. Lupin, I'm pretty sure the final episode of this anime, when it stops airing, if it stops airing, is going to be something like that, where Lupin keeps like maybe Lupin's running away from Zenigata. Zenigata's trying to catch him. Fujiko's also beside him. All the crew is beside him, and Lupin says something like, "Yeah, we never stop," or something like that. Like this, keep on, like we keep on going on our journey, and that'll be the end. That type of an ending, I feel like Lupin will have. But yeah, anyways, I like that's just how I feel. It's an interesting thing if you think about it. The personality and everything, like how Lupin's crew is made, they're not supposed to stop, and they never will stop. Okay, now we begin this episode with Rebecca being completely not happy about like something. She's not having the thrill, like a thrill that she loves. She's not getting it, so she's going into the withdrawal symptoms or something she's having. And like her world is kind of like fading, like the colors are fading away from her world, and she talks about how she's not even enjoying the wine that she made, and she's like, oh, I'm tired, I'm just doing all of these things. And Rob is pretty happy about this. Rob is like, oh, like since you're quite settled down now, like we're getting more money, we're getting more like business thing, our stock has increased so much, 12%, and you're doing great. But Rebecca's like, nah, I'm not going to stop. So this time she decides to steal Lupin. And like, since Rebecca's personality is going for stuff that she doesn't have, similar to Lupin, Lupin is one such thing which will never give in to anyone. So that's the reason why she wants to get Lupin so bad. That's the thrill of it. And if she's able to capture Lupin, then I feel like from that point onwards, she'll lose all interest, because Lupin is Lupin because he's uncatchable, and that's the thing. But obviously, like like for the thrill, Rebecca wants to do that, so she kind of spreads the note about how she's going to get Lupin with the lipstick mark. And I was actually thinking Zenigata was going to come here, because like stealing Lupin, that's an interesting thing, but Zenigata was not here in this episode at all. Anyways, now Lupin is kind of doing his own thing, going through different banks, and here there was a question every one of us was thinking, that what's he doing? Why is he just going from one bank to another? What's he trying to find? For a moment I thought maybe it's like it has something to do with like fake money or something, like there's a few episodes that had this type of a plot where he tried to get like a fake money, and something like that. So I was thinking maybe it's something like that. In the end, we get to see something completely different, which I don't think anyone expected. But we can kind of see Rupan doing something like that, just because he doesn't want to clean. But anyways, Rebecca is getting ready, and Rebecca gets the radio thing, and gets the transmission of the news that Rupan is in this bank at this moment. And Rebecca is like, all right, let's go and catch Rupan. But Rob is not happy. Rob is like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I thought you graduated from this whole thing. Like this cheap thrills thing. So yeah, you should stop doing this. And Rebecca's like, no, I'm going to keep doing it. You don't have to come this time with me. Which obviously Rob was not happy about, because Rebecca is not ready about a lot of things. And he stops Rebecca. While on the other side, we see Rupan, again another bank, and just going like kind of dodging all the security things, and getting inside the safe and trying to find the actual money stack. But a single trap gets him, which was always set by Rebecca, and we see Rebecca on her way to capture Rupan. And then we get to know in a flashback sort of way what happened. Rebecca fought back against Rob, and Rob was easily able to dodge everything, not dodge, and also kind of got the punch, but nothing happened. And he kind of like what he says is kind of obviously true in one way. He says like, if you can't even defeat me, what are you going to do with against everyone else? But at the same time, we also see how Rebecca proved him wrong by just using the spray to actually make him unconscious. Now you can see it in this two way. Number one, obviously we see that we know that like Rebecca is not about strength, she's about craftiness. She can do a lot of things, and kind of go, what can I say, take a different approach to something, and get the same result. That's what she did here. She did not fight against Rob, she just knocked him out. But at the same time, we also have to realize that this was Rob, so he was actually patiently waiting. If this was an actual enemy, they could have easily gotten Rebecca. Now that's the thing, this is the thing about Rebecca, and the difference between Rebecca and Fujiko. I feel like whenever Fujiko gets captured, there's this kind of a thing that I have, this feeling I have. I'm like, oh, this is Fujiko we're talking about, she'll be fine, it won't be a problem, either Rupan is somehow going to come, or even if Rupan doesn't come, she herself is pretty capable of handling herself. She can do something and to get out of this. So, but Rebecca, even though Rebecca and Fujiko are the same, they're kind of the same in a way. Whenever Rebecca gets captured, that's not the thing you get. You kind of feel concerned about her, because we've seen what happened before. She's not as good as Fujiko, especially in these type of situations. She's very talented. Obviously, she can do a lot of things, but at the same time, I feel like the experience and everything, Fujiko has a lot of experience in these type of things, and she could handle the situation so much more better than Rebecca can ever do something. So in a way, I feel like Rob is actually obviously Rob is very what can I say? It's very obvious that Rob is concerned, because Rebecca is good, but at the same time, he's not as good that she can kind of go through any kind of problems with ease. She cannot do that. We've seen multiple times before as well, where she actually fell into a troublesome situation and actually needed rescuing. So yeah, and that's why obviously Rob is concerned, but at the same time, this is Rebecca, she's going to do what she wants to. So Rob is knocked out, used that, she used that lipsticks thing, spray. And Rob is like, oh my god, not this again. And she decides to kind of keep it. The transmitter is always already there in her heel, so he knows where she is, and he can kind of help her out, and he starts doing that. While these two, Rupan and Rebecca, they're just doing their own game. They're just going from one bank to another and leaving notes, like some kind of a game they're playing, And so all the time, every trap that's trying to get Rupan obviously is somehow able to get out of that. Okay? We saw there's that one part where he gets captured in a cage, but it was actually a dummy. Rebecca kind of gets happy when she sees that Rupan has been captured, but it was like a dummy. and yeah, they're like continuing to do that. And certain section where Rebecca was almost going to fall into a trap, the trap just goes away, and that part I was a little bit confused. I'm like, what is that? Like, how did that happen? Was that Rupan or something? But then I realized it was actually Rob. Rob was keeping an eye on Rebecca and did that. And even after that, the whole security panel thing where she put the numbers, she was at first she was going to call Rob because Rob handles these type of things, but then she was like, no, I'll handle it myself. But Rob opened it on his own, and Rebecca realized that Rob is keeping an eye on her. And the thing about Rebecca here is Rebecca doesn't want Rob to treat her like a child. Obviously, like, like she feels like he's too overprotective, and she doesn't like that. And that's why she's just like, being that, like that stubborn kid who just wants to prove themselves, that type of a thing. And that's why Rebecca is doing it like this. So while this was happening and Rob was keeping an eye on them, in comes Fujiko in Rob's car, and she's like, here you go, you see this note, this is what your mistress sent me, and it was written like, feel free to join me if that's what you want. And Fujiko's like, I feel like, I feel like Rebecca has some kind of a wrong idea about me. And she's like, I have no intention of stealing Rupan away. And that's the thing, Fujiko herself realizes that the actual paradox of this situation, Fujiko realizes that Rupan is unstealable, and that's what makes him Rupan. So if, like, Rebecca tries to steal Rupan and she's successful, he will stop being the Rupan that he is, and that will defeat the whole purpose of it. So Rupan is Rupan because he is unstealable, that type of a thing. And Fujiko understands that. That's why Fujiko is like, I have no intention of doing that because I myself know that. That's why I have no intention of doing that. I keep Rupan like, the way he is. Rupan is better the way he is because that's how I like it. Rebecca doesn't realize that. I realize it, but Rebecca doesn't realize the paradoxical situation here. And and she's like, okay, now here again, like, when Rob said something about, like, the whole situation, and like how she should stop doing all of these things, Fujin kind of laughs and she's like, oh, I feel like you're also lying, like you like her in that way, because she is like that. You're Rebecca's butler, so Rebecca being Rebecca is what you like the most. So where he obviously kind of cracks a little smile, which again shows that even though Rob is, like, giving all of these, like, saying all of these things like, oh, like, stop doing this, stop doing that, Rebecca being Rebecca is what makes Rob actually, like, keep being her subordinate or her butler. He enjoys that. And I'm pretty sure Rob probably, like, I'm guessing Rob probably was, like, her butler from when she was a very young child or something. I don't know from when he was the butler, but it's probably something like that. And he has probably seen Rebecca grown up. So Rebecca being this Rebecca is what he enjoys the most, even though he, like, kind of shows his disinterest and shows how he's not happy about it. Deep in her heart, he likes Rebecca like this because this is what Rebecca is. And, like, like if Rebecca stops being Rebecca, that'll be kind of sad in its own way. He also kind of laughs at that, like, when Fujiko says that. And yeah, and then we get to Rupan and Rebecca again. Rebecca has actually captured Rupan somehow, and Rebecca closes the door and she says something like, all right, like, you know what, I'm going to get you this time. And she's like, what are you doing? Why are you going from one bank to another? And I love and here I thought that, oh my god, this is probably going to be something just completely stupid reason. And there you go. Basically, Jigen, like, issued like a challenge to, like, Rupan about getting this like, bill, and said, like, whoever, like, if he's able to get it, then he won't have to clean or something like that, I think. And that's why he's doing it. And Rebecca just laughed at that, and she's like, oh, you're the best. And again, this thing kind of shows how Rupan is as, like, just thrill seeking as Rebecca, because he just went through so many different banks, just maneuvering against the traps, just because he doesn't want to clean. So there you go. That's Lupin, and that type of a attitude, and that's what makes him Lupin. So again, just like how Rebecca's in for the thrill, most of the time, obviously he's in for the money as well. He wants the money. He goes to different banks to steal it. But the main thing here is Lupin also loves the thrill. So there you go. They're like the same person. And otherwise, who would do something like this just because they don't want to clean? And here, I was so surprised when Rebecca started crying. I'm like, what the hell is happening? Why is she acting like this? And then we realized it was actually fake tears. But I'm pretty sure there's some part of her that also probably, what can I say? Feels where is that part? This part where Fujiko says, okay, Fujiko says to Rob, either way she lost. What do you mean? I mean, if she gets him, he won't be the Lupin he's fallen for anymore. Which means, what's thrilling about a man she can make her own? And Rob is face palming. He's like, I don't understand how you thieves like you think. And she brings a counter argument, saying something like, you're acting like that, but you're actually enjoying yourself, aren't you? There you go, this part. Okay, there you go. So yeah, now like I said, this part, even though she was acting, I feel like there's some part of her here where she saw a little bit of Wataru in Lupin. We saw that in one of the previous episodes. So I'm pretty sure there was a part of her as well who genuinely wanted Lupin. But at the same time, this is Rebecca, like I said, she loves the thrill. And in the long run, I feel Lupin actually, if she was able to get Lupin, that would actually, by the end of it, she would actually lose all interest, because she is in for the thrill. So I don't know, it's a complicated, this part is kind of a little bit, I feel like it has a lot of mixed feelings she has inside her. She herself probably doesn't realize what she wants, and how. So yeah, it was probably she was probably a little bit confused here herself. And Lupin, in the end, Lupin is like, all right, so you want to get into a thrilling situation, I'll show you what thrill is. And he shows how he changed, did something to the earrings, and how all the police force is outside. So Lupin is like, there you go, you want thrill, let's do this. And he gives Rebecca a money bill to hide his eyes with. I'm like, how is that going to help? There's so many people keep recording that part. If they kind of stop and kind of zoom in, I'm pretty sure everyone will be able to recognize Rebecca. But either way, she takes the bill and starts running with Lupin here. And yeah, the chase happens. And you see, the funny part about this situation is that since Zenigata was not here, it was so easy. I'm like, what is this? This is the police force? Lupin just runs away, just grabs her hand and just runs away. And the police is trying to get him, no one is able to get him. I'm like, oh my god, this is the state of the police force here. We need Zenigata. Where is Zenigata? Without Zenigata, the chase was just like taking a candy from a baby. This whole episode, none of the securities worked at any place, and I was actually hit with the actual truth here, that how much Zenigata actually does, how much the actual police force is just, they cannot stop Lupin in any way unless and until Zenigata is there with them. It shows us, this episode shows us how Zenigata is just so important for for this show, because yeah, I think this is the first episode that I see the police force being this weak, they just cannot do anything. The security, number one, doesn't work at all in front of Lupin. Lupin just goes, just like, bypasses everything and just goes in as if like he's like walking in a candy shop to take candy from like, the counter, just goes in like that and comes out. Nothing happens. Even the police force didn't realize where he was unless and until he deliberately alerted them. That's when they come, like, and with the like, with their whole force. And even after they come and try to apprehend him, none of them were able to do anything. Lupin just runs past them, and I'm like, wow, there you go. This episode, like, shows how much Zenigata is just so important. Like, like, in none of the episodes something like this happened. Like, in every episode there's some kind of complication that Lupin has to go through whenever he runs away from Zenigata. None of that was here. And I'm like, all right, so there you go. And like, it's so funny to think about. Like yeah, without Zenigata, like, none of them can actually get Lupin. But either way, they're able to get away from that, and Lupin is like, all right, there you go, you had your thrill, bye bye, and just jumps on one of the boats and goes away. And Rebecca, like, and Rob comes in, and then they go out of that place, like, kind of go away from the police, and Rob brings out the wine and gives it to Rebecca. And this time, after drinking the wine, Rebecca is like, oh, this is good, because there you go, she had his thrill, like, all that she was missing from her life was a little bit of spice, and she got, like, plenty of that in this, like, thrilling chase that they had again with the police. So there you go, she's happy again. And after that, after drinking the wine, like, they also kind of drink a little bit of canned beer, I'm guessing. And yeah, on the other hand, Lupin bill is just stolen by Fujiko, and Fujiko just throws it away. Fujiko's like, haha, I just wanted to mess with you, now you'll have to clean. You've lost the bet. And yeah, so there you go. And as we see later on, Rebecca also, like, is like drinking some canned beer, and that's where it ends. And that was this episode. This was an interesting episode if you think of it, like, like, this episode kind of shows what personality every character has, and that type of a thing. And I really enjoyed the whole, like, it's not explicitly said, it's not like, like deliberate, like, kind of directly said what they were trying to do here, but the vibe that I got from this episode was, like I said, they tried to kind of let us know how each character is, and Fujio kind of, like, sheds in a lot of light to that, like, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably has some kind of like, question in their mind where they think that, like, I'm pretty sure everyone up until now realizes that, like, just like how Lupin likes Fujiko also has some kind of an affection for Lupin. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people had the question about then if they actually genuinely liked each other, why are they not together? That type of a thing. And I feel like Fujiko actually answered the question for everyone who had that confusion as to why this happens, and why we've also seen in the previous one of the previous episode, why Lupin is also kind of like this, where she wants the Fujiko that Fujiko is. Fujiko being, like, just, like, Fujiko not being, like, as we saw in one of the previous episodes, that kind of a meek, polite lady is not something that Lupin wants. Lupin wants Fujiko the way she is now, just running away from his advances, and that's what she likes. Similar to that, Fujiko is also the same, so is Rebecca. And I feel like this episode kind of says that to us, to all the people who didn't realize up until now why it's something like that. There you go, this is the reason, and Fujiko clearly explains it here. That line especially, where she says something like, what did she say, like, oh, what fun it is if, like, if you're going after a man who is already yours, or something like that, basically that. So so yeah, there you go, that is it. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. This is my reaction to Lupin the Third, season 4, episode number 22. One episode today. Like I said, I'll try to like like I'll do 2 episodes from next week onwards again. And yeah, so thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week with 2 more episodes of Rupan the Third Part 4. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.